Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pipsurf with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is Tuesday, September 15th, 2009, and I hope you all have had a great trading day. And we're just going to go ahead and get right into today's update, starting with some comments from yesterday's post. And again, I appreciate all the input I get. The first comment is really just a compliment to the blog, and I appreciate it. And it says, I don't trade your system, but I enjoy reading the blog. So appreciate that this video can still help you or provide some entertainment or anything. Really the purpose of the blog, again, and for the system is just to get people's feet wet if they've never traded in the markets, never demo traded or had a trading system. Hopefully this will kind of spark some inspiration for maybe you can create your own system, or you can tweak it, or maybe even trade this one exactly to some success. But hopefully it's helping you in some way. So I'm glad that people are watching them. The next comment is from Sean, wanting to know about if there was an EA, and basically it was answered by our frequent commenter Solja, and I appreciate you helping out. And Solja said that there is a forum thread. It's under the Free Forex Trading Systems thread in the forum section. And then under that, it's under the Cowabunga System MT4 indicator thread. And in there, there is an EA, and people are using it. And that would be a great place to go to, Sean, for you to just get more information about the EAs. And I'm sure they have statistics galore. I can't really give you an exact answer for you wanted to know how accurate percentage-wise is the system. But I can tell you that you can go up here, and if you click excuse me, if you click on this read this first, or this FAQ, you'll find like a trading record that I did for a couple years, and that should give you some kind of idea there. Finally, the last comment is again from Solja, and it's another question, good question. Wants to know about when a trade hits my target, about moving the stops and putting out your next target. But I will say, I noticed your comment, you had something a little off. You said when a trade reaches a target with a good amount of momentum, you move your stop up to break even and target the next 0.50 level. Actually, I don't move it to break even. I move my stop to the first target. That way I lock in those pips. So even if I get stopped out, I still got a profit of whatever my first target was. I don't move it to break even because I always want to get something out of the trade. So just wanted to clear that up. But your question is, if I'm going for the same amount of pips, what do I do when my target is hit and there's still good momentum? Well, the question is, the answer is the same thing. You just move your stop to the first target. Let's say it's at like 65.32. That's your target. Then your next target would just be the next 50 or 0 level. So your next target would be 65.50. Alright, and then when that target is hit, you move your stop to 65.50 and target the next 0 or 50 level, which would be 6600. So I hope that makes sense. It's a great question. Don't feel shy to answer to ask your questions. That's what I'm here for, to hopefully answer anything you may have. So to the best of my knowledge, I'll try to help you out. And if not, again, you can post in the forum. So thanks again for all the comments. Appreciate the input. And now I'm just going to open up my charts. And the first thing I'm going to do is check out my 4-hour chart. And this is the cable, by the way. And you can see that we had a new trend change candle yesterday for a downtrend. And at the start of this day, there were no new trend change candles. So what do? You go by the most recent trend change candle, which is for a downtrend. And so that means I was only looking for short trades starting my day off. Now if I move the action forward throughout today, you can see that we had a lot of bearish movement. No new trend change candles, meaning that the entire day we were only looking for short trades. Okay, so no trend changes in the middle of our session, which is a good thing. So today we only looked for short trades, and now I'm just going to go to my 15-minute chart, and I'll move this to before midnight. And again, first thing I want to do before I start trading is take a look at my news events for the day. So you can just go to babypips.com, click on the Tools tab, and scroll down, and you want to make sure your time zone is correct because you want to have the right times. And remember, we're just looking for news that affects either the UK or the US because those are the currencies we're focusing on. And at 4:30 you could see a whole slew of news reports coming out for the sterling. So you just want to jot that time down. And then if you scroll down, 8:30, we have a whole slew of reports for the dollar. So you want to write that time down. And then at 10 a.m. we have the dollar business inventory. So you want to write those down. So for me, on my notepad, what I have is 4:30, 8:30, and 10. And for me, that's all Eastern time. So you just make sure you jot those down on a notepad, whatever you want to use, because those are the times where we will not want to be in a trade because of the news report. So now I have my news events in hand. I know we're only looking for short trades. Now I can move the chart forward, and I'm ready to trade. All right. So first thing I want to do is look and see if there's a crossover anywhere, and you'll see we get one right here at 3. And at this time, all we got to do is look at the indicators. RSI is below 50, stochastics are trending down. MACD is slightly positive and went to negative. That makes this a valid entry. Now you want to enter at the close of the candle, or as close to it as possible, and the close is at 66.19. Your stop's going to be at the most recent swing high, which is at 66.57, and the target will be at the nearest 0.50 level at 6,600. All right, so that gives us about 19 pips of potential profit, and this is 3 a.m. so we know we have news at 4:30. So we have about an hour and a half to let this trade ride, and I'll just move the chart forward. You can see that at 3:30 our target was hit. Price had good momentum. So I'm going to move my stop to my target at 6,600, locking in those 19 pips, and then move my next target level to 65.50. And then I can just let my trade ride. And unfortunately, I was stopped out of the very next candle at 6,600, but at least I got those 19 pips. So you just jot that down in your trade journal, trade record, and move forward. All right. This time, here's the 4:30 candle. News events going on, so no trades there. Here we get a crossover again for a short trade. This is at 5. RSI is below 50. Stochastics are trending down. However, MACD was negative from the candle before, which makes this an invalid entry. You don't want to enter because the MACD has to either be positive and going to negative, or positive and losing value, and it's neither of those. So no entry here, and you can see that unfortunately the signal, the indicators filtered us out from a really good trade here. But again, you know, sometimes that happens, but you can't be greedy and try to get in and try to make excuses to get back into the market. Sometimes that happens, but the thing that I always try to think of is that there are going to be plenty of times when you're in the trade during these nice big moves, and you know, it all comes back. You just got to stay disciplined to the system. Otherwise, if you kind of just go on emotion, then it's really not, the system's really not doing its job. You have to trust it, trust the rules, and sometimes the filters will keep you out of good trades, but a lot of times the filters will keep you out of bad ones. So trust the trade, and even though we missed a big one today, we still got 19 pips, and you can't complain about being positive. So that's it for today's update. Again, if you have any questions about today's post or anything like that, or about the system, feel free to ask it on the blog or in the forums, but I'm here to try to help you. So that's it. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next update. Cowabunga, dudes.